Bring forward what is true. Write it so that it is clear. Defend it to your last breath. It's amazing how easy the truth is to accept, no matter how strange. A celibate clergy is an especially good idea because it tends to suppress any hereditary propensity toward fanaticism. If you don't give up on something you truly believe in, you will find a way. You make the world a better place by making daily improvements to become the best version of yourself. A world without poetry and art would be too much like one without birds or flowers, bearable but a lot less enjoyable. We become what we want to be by consistently being what we want to become each day. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of not trying. All the stuff you can't wait to get away from until it's not there anymore, and then you miss it like crazy. Choose to correct your mistakes rather than comparing it to others. I always make sure that the world will prove me right. It gives me the freedom to contradict myself. The world is wide, and I will not waste my life in friction when it could be turned into momentum. Learn everything you can, anytime you can, from anyone you can. There will always come a time when you will be grateful you did. I realized then that even though I was a tiny speck in an infinite cosmos, a blip on the timeline of eternity, I was not without purpose. If life gives you any trouble, punch it in the face. Monsters are real, and ghosts are real too. They live inside us, and sometimes they win. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Differences are not intended to separate, to alienate. We are different precisely in order to realize our need of one another. The right thing at the wrong time is the wrong thing. The soul exists partly in eternity and partly in time. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down. It never failed to amaze me how the most ordinary day could be catapulted into the extraordinary in the blink of an eye. Perception is reality to the one in the experience. There's a very positive relationship between people's ability to accomplish any task and the time they're willing to spend on it. It is easier to be wise for others than for ourselves. The challenge is to resist circumstances. Any idiot can be happy in a happy place, but moral courage is required to be happy in a hellhole. When you start putting pen to paper, you see a side of your personal truth that doesn't otherwise reveal itself in conversation or thought. To hide feelings when you are near crying is the secret of dignity. Love is hard to find, hard to keep, and hard to forget. For to speak the truth, there are but few that care thus to spend their time, but choose rather to be speaking of things to no profit. You can believe in whatsoever you like, but the truth remains the truth, no matter how sweet the lie may taste. Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. The road of excess leads to the palace of wisdom. My past has not defined me, destroyed me, deterred me, or defeated me. It has only strengthened me. If I tell you not to follow me, it ain't because I hate you, kiddo. I just don't want you feel disappointed when seeing the truth. Leadership is all about making things to move forward, not backward. If your actions don't live up to your words, you have nothing to say. There is need to embrace flexibility and make a switch where and when necessary. It's your dream, it's your journey, so find a way. Every second alive is the greatest gift we will ever know. In business, professionalism is not a tactic but a moral value. We are all of us born with a letter inside us, and that only if we are true to ourselves may we be allowed to read it before we die. Life is 10% what you make it and 90% how you take it. It's not always that we need to do more, but rather that we need to focus on less. Accept yourself, flaws, quirks, talents, secret thoughts, all of it, and experience true liberation. In order to change the world, you have to get your head together first. Successful people don't have fewer problems. They have determined that nothing will stop them from going forward. If an apology is followed by an excuse or a reason, it means they are going to commit same mistake again they just apologized for. I want to show the world how darkness can sometimes be so beautiful. Do good. Live in the most positive and joyful way possible every day. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. I saw a star. I reached for it. I missed, so I accepted the sky. Those who bring sunshine to the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves. Good authors worry about genres, great authors don't. We can never judge the lives of others, because each person knows only their own pain and renunciation. If you remember me, then I don't care if everyone else forgets. I would rather be an opportunist and float than go to the bottom with my principles around my neck. Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life. If I had it all to do again, there would be more bodies. Maybe other people will try to limit me, but I don't limit myself. Curiosity is an engine of life that adds light and warmth to the everyday hustle, and questions are a spark needed to start it. There was another life that I might have had, but I am having this one. The fossil record implies trial and error, the inability to anticipate the future, features inconsistent with a great designer. You have to teach your heart and mind how to sing together. Then you'll hear the sound of your soul. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. I don't know why we are here, but I'm pretty sure that it is not in order to enjoy ourselves. You have to be the bravest person in the world to go out every day, being yourself when no one likes who you are. I have so much to share with the world. Please be patient, and you will get everything you are currently waiting for. Being true to yourself is the greatest force to uncover the soul. Learn as if you will live forever. Live like you will die tomorrow. Creativity sparks originality, which then manifests itself into what we call evolution. To depreciate imagination is to depreciate life. The worst thing about being lied to is knowing you weren't worth the truth. There is a thin line between poverty and success, and it is perseverance. Successful people don't stop until they see the result they desire. Whenever a soul leaves the body, a void is felt across the world. Adapt what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. It's a sad day when you find out that it's not accident or time or fortune, but just yourself that kept things from you. Accidents don't happen to people who take accidents as a personal insult. Don't sacrifice yourself too much, because if you sacrifice too much, there's nothing else you can give, and nobody will care for you. We live in an age when unnecessary things are our only necessities. To be heroic is to be courageous enough to die for something. To be inspirational is to be crazy enough to live a little. You have to realize that you are everything and more just on your own. Life is half delicious yogurt, half crap, and your job is to keep the plastic spoon in the yogurt. My point is, life is about balance. The good and the bad, the highs and the lows, the pina and the colada. When a language dies, a way of understanding the world dies with it, a way of looking at the world. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. One does no question miracles, or complain that they are no constructed perfectly to one's liking. Wanting to be someone else is a waste of who you are. There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true. The other is to refuse to believe what is true. I never ask a man what his business is, for it never interests me. What I ask him about are his thoughts and dreams. Don't ever trust men with good intentions. They'll always disappoint you. Leo. There must be those among whom we can sit down and weep and still be counted as warriors. It's harder to make the glass than break the glass. Teachers are the one and only people who save nations. True, life is complex, but so are a great many accidents. It is very tough to climb a mountain. However, it is not as tough as convincing yourself that you can climb it. Life doesn't just happen to you. You receive everything in your life based on what you've given. In your own life, it's important to know how spectacular you are. Normal is an illusion. What is normal for the spider is chaos for the fly. You choose how you feel, you choose what you do, you choose who you are. Don't own so much clutter that you will be relieved to see your house catch fire. I shall look at you out of the corner of my eye, and you will say nothing. Words are the source of misunderstandings.